Hello everybody and welcome to this video, which is the third part, or which includes the third part of your project, which is about creating data pipelines and scheduling of ADF, Azure Data Factory. So to do that, first of all, let me head back to the portal. Within that portal, I need to go for this create statement, and then here I'm going to type data factory. I need to select data factory from here, right? And then we'll click on this data factory just right here. And inside this, I will use a resource group, which is my Formula 1 RG. The name of this ADF is your Formula 1 ADF 133. This is what I will be trying to use as an name for my data East US. And then that's it. Then I will click on this review plus create. And then click on this create button. So we need to wait for a few seconds so that this data factory will be created. And meanwhile, the data factory is creating. What we will be going to do, let me open this into a new tab. And in this new tab, first I would like to access my all resources again. We'll go to my data bricks. We'll launch the workspace first, because this is what we will be going to use as an resource for us, or as an transformation in our Azure Data Factory pipeline. Then we'll go for this compute, and we are going to run our cluster. Meanwhile, the cluster is running. I will go to my Formula 1 Databricks 133, or I can just go there on this trainer. You can see I have the settings, portal, privacy policy, Watson logout. If you will go for the settings, you can get the display names and the other informations are there. Now, if you will go for this Formula 1 and click on this manage account button, you will be able to check for whatever the respective settings which are initially be there, right? Apart from that, you can go for these are the settings area where you will be able to set it up with the app connections, right? You can go for feature enablement, language settings, preferences, compliances, and then account settings as well. Same way, we have workspaces, we have catalog, we have user management, we have cloud resources. These all are the different operations you can find out there. Well, let's head back to this location now, and I will click on this Databricks icon first of all. Okay, and we will wait for this cluster to be executed. Like when you will go inside that, you can see that my cluster is already in a running mode. It's already trying to start running with your options right here. Now, then what I will do is I will head back to my data factory, and then I will click on go to resource. Then we are going to launch this studio. Okay, so now inside this, I will go to my author, and I'm going to create a fresh pipeline, new pipeline. I would like to call it as in Formula 1 pipeline 133. That's what I'm using just to maintain the uniqueness of the information that we will be using right here. Okay. Now, in the next step, What I am going to do is I will go to my Databricks, will capture this notebook from here, right? And then I'm going to, maybe if I want to give a name to it, I will be able to give a name to it as well, right? So for example, this is your Formula 1 notebook. Act is for activity. Then you need to go for this Azure Data Bricks, and you need to create a link service for your Azure Data Bricks. So now the first thing that we need to make sure that when we are going to access this resources for managed service identity and user assigned managed identity, we actually need to grant a contributor role to both identities in Azure Databricks resources access control menu, right? If you will go for the resource access control menu in order to select interactive clusters. Okay, now you need to create a link service. Click on this new button, and we will be going to name it as an Formula 1 project 133. Formula 1 project 133. We are using a runtime just right here. Then you need to use the Databricks workspace URL. You need to go for your Databricks workspace URL. So just go there, and this is my Databricks workspace URL. Then I will head back to my ADF. I'm going to click all subscriptions. So as you can see, it is also giving me the capability that I can also be able to provide the name of my workspace, which is Formula 1 Databricks. Then I will go for the existing interactive cluster, right? Existing interactive cluster. And here what you can find out that the Databricks will automatically give you the URL that needs to be taken care. Then when you will most proceed further, here you have an option for your managed service identities. Managed service identities. And then you need to check for your cluster name, right? You need to add the cluster name if you want to get connected with your cluster. So we need to add a workspace first of all, right? And an access token to list options as well. So here we can fill domain and token to auto populate existing cluster or fill existing interactive cluster ID directly. Before I would like to use this like activity and create any link service, what I'm going to do is first I will go to my Formula 1 Databricks and then compute. Under this compute, I will go to my Formula 1 I will go to my account, and here I'm going to click on this settings button. Under the settings button, we have a developer button. Under this developer, you actually required an access token to get access to this data. Click on manage, and you need to generate a new token. You can simply give this token a name as ADF access. Generate. Please make sure to copy this and save it somewhere, because later on you may not be able to get access to this particular link that we will be using right here. So please make sure that you should have a copy available for this. So I'm just going to maintain this copy first of all, and then we'll click done. Once this step has been completed, then I will go to my Formula 1 ADF, and then I'm going to create a new link service. I will click on this link service. We'll give it a name as an Azure Databricks or Formula 1 project. Formula 1 project 133. Then here that is fine. I will provide my Databricks workspace. I will go for an existing interactive cluster. Okay. And here I'm going to provide an access token. Under this access token, we will paste that access token that we have captured previously. And then you can select the cluster. Then you can select the cluster from here. So we have trainers cluster. So I'm going to select it. And first I would like to make sure that a connection should be established. As you can see, the connection has been successfully created now. And then I'm going to click create button. All right. Now, once this step has been completed, okay, once this step has been completed, right, this is just right here. Then after that, you can see we do have the like other settings. These are the settings panel where you can give the notebook path that you would like to run. So you can simply go to your browse, and then under this, I will go to my users. Under my user, I have my account cloud trainer acct@outlook.com. And here I have one notebook with name transformation notebook is what I'm actually using like for this particular data. Actually, I have performed all the task on one single notebook, but you can also be able to create more than one notebooks together to just perform this task. So for example, if I will go for this transformation notebook, I can click OK from here, right? Or on the other side, the next or the another step is that you can simply go to your workspace, click on this transformation notebook, and you will be able to create individual notebooks for almost every particular data you can see right now. Like for example, here I'm just using the complete mount point operations from beginning to end. You will actually be able to divide all these information into multiple pages, or you can say into multiple notebooks as well, right? For example, if I want to uh, ingest the circuits as a value, circuits df spark.read, and then we are extracting the information, we are ingesting the data. Like if you want to perform any of these particular tasks, you can use this whole set of notebook just right here to perform this task. You will be able to use the same type of operations which is there just to perform this task as well, right? And then we will be going to use the same sequence. So because I know that these mount points are already being created. So what I can do is I will just do a small thing here. I will just try to convert them into a markdown field, as simple as it is. The reason for doing this is that because the first three cells I don't want to run. The first three cells I don't want to run, right? And if you will just go there, this is how they will be going to show you this information like that. Now you will be able to run this data frames for CSVs as well. And you can, what you can find out, it is not going to give me any error, and it is going to be successfully executed for us, and it will create all the respective like directories, or you can say that, yeah, directories which requires to be used right here for the mounting purpose as well, because we have already defined all the mounting operations. Now that's it. That's all I want, right? Then once this is done, right, you can simply go back to your Formula One ADF. Okay, now as we have already did the task, we have just go to this browse button. We have covered our Cloud Trainer ACCT, and this transformation notebook is what I would like to run at the time of running these resources as well. Right? This is what I have just performed right here, and I have just added a trigger, or I have added it to the pipeline. That's it. Now, what I am going to do next is once this part is initially be done, I will first publish all, and first I will try to debug this file directly into this location. So I will click on this debug right here. So we have already triggered the pipeline by using my author. Within that author, I have this pipeline. I have already triggered it, right? And then after that, I'm going to this monitor page. Under the monitor page, you will be able to see the status. Here, we will be focusing on this part where it is currently in progress. So it may take some time, and then it is going to show you. Once it will show you maybe a success, or if it is get failed, then will show you the failure, right? Then we will more able to go for the next available steps. So just give a look that what going to be the answer for this. It's a success, which means the pipeline that I was running previously, it gives me a success as an outcome. So you can go to this author and you can check your pipeline as well, right? According to that pipeline operation, if I will just hit a refresh right here, right, what you can find out is that you will be able to check the status again. You just need to go to monitor, and under this monitor it says that formula 1 pipeline 133, it took 9 minutes 41 seconds to complete, and it's a success. Right, which means that my task has been successfully completed. So now, after completion of this particular part, you have successfully created your pipeline, right? We have successfully created your pipeline, and we have done with the third part of this particular operation. So thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video and the last video, which we will be going to cover, there you will be going to start, or you will be going to check the last part, that how is it possible for us, right, or how we can perform the data analysis and data visualization. So this is what we will be going to cover in the last topic. Okay. So now, to perform this particular task, first of all, and we'll see that how we will be able to work with this particular option right here. So just to proceed with that, let's give a look that how we will be able to perform it. But thank you so much for watching this video.